It's always interesting when people pivot from being in front of the mic to behind the scenes. 8:53. It's Monday, April 26th. Hey, good morning, KUAM TV. Let's head into the KUAM News Zoom room where we have 80% of the Department of Agriculture. If you're trying to call Department of Ag, they're not answering the phone. They're in the Zoom right now. Because, I don't know, Chelsea's messing with me, but I always say, like, hey, you got an update, Chelsea? She's like, do I got an update? Hold on, boy. Nanga. Is that an update, huh, boy? So, yes, we do have an update.
And I was actually thinking of our good friend Christine Farron, because I remember Krista was like, "What?" And Christine's here now. Good morning, Christine. Chris, it was about 2 years ago when you and Chris and I we covered on Cross Island Road. There was just devastation from a fire that had gone on there. And just, because it was a dry season and everything like that. I was thinking about you this morning, and I was like, wow, with all the rain and everything like that, you and your colleagues are probably pretty happy that it has rained, so we can kind of, let the grass grow again.
Right. Good morning.
It's been nice to get some of that rain, but it dries really fast, especially on the grass. It's only an hour. It takes an hour less to dry, and then your fire problems still back up.
Right.
The crew was just out helping with Mount Santa Rosa last week, and Eagles Field has been going. It's just places are still burning.
Right. And then there's also a little one, EPAN, right by the cemetery entrance. I don't know if you guys saw that one, but someone had burnt, or somehow it caught fire right by the cemetery entrance, and there was a whole bunch of Zacati that got burned down. I was thinking, I'm not a fire investigator, but it looked like maybe someone with a cigarette butt, and literally, it's hard to believe, but in a lot of cases, Christine, that's all it takes, right?
Well, the fire occurrences we've investigated have all been intentionally set. So for that one, that'd be an interesting one for the guys to drive up to and just do a quick preliminary investigation and see what it takes them to. Because even Cross Island Road, along the side of the road, those have been identified as intentionally set as well.
Right. And so when we say intentionally set, automatically we're thinking of the hunters?
Not as well. It could be the hunter. Poachers.
Yeah.
Or arsonists. It could just be, just someone really, really fascinated with fire. We forget that that's an element too. It's a set right there. I wasn't aware of that fire actually.
Yeah.
So that happened over the weekend. We didn't get that call.
Maybe like last week. I don't know. It's nothing major, Christine.
Yeah.
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 I
got a lot of people on the island, so
So how much rain would it take, before our fire danger rating settles down?
I think the brothers, right, the Adlets have mentioned that we need an enduring rain. So rains that we get that are just 5-minute passing by, we're going to need a little bit more than that, especially after having had no rain for several days. Like my yard, the grass is just brown already.
Yeah.
Except for right underneath the trees. So that makes a big difference. That shows right there, without someone having to go to school, that trees help keep the grass green, hold the moisture in. So the more awesome trees you have in your yard, less of the Zacati, less of the grass, your better chances at staying safer during dry season and rainy, fire season.
Christine, my friend Jason was talking about sleeping grass, and I know we got some real news coming up with Frank about the fisheries and everyone else, but go ahead. This is an invasive species, this sleeping grass, right? Is that what you're saying?
Right. We have the mimosa, the sleeping grass, and so the one that's really taking hold, and we're trying to keep that from spreading across the island, is not. Yes, the sleeping grass is invasive, but I'm not talking about the one that we used to race up to and push your cousins away so that you can touch it first. But there's a larger species, and it does occur up north. And our fire investigation training that we had right before COVID, we actually trained on DoD land so that we would burn out plots where this occurs so that the environmental team can come in and kill the rest of it and then reforest with preferred native trees. So that was a collaboration that we had for that training. And so there are efforts to control this larger species, and it does occur, yes.
And Chris, it's actually considered to be a weed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Is this something that if people listening and everything like that, can they buy it, like at say Home Depot or somewhere there, and they buy like, commercial products to get rid of it if either if they don't want this thing to spread in their neighborhood, or if they, are just trying to keep their lawn like, like nice and presentable.
Definitely, you can definitely buy products for that. It's an invasive weed. But I would also recommend, if we have biosecurity on, no, we don't. But contact DOAG, Agriculture's Biosecurity Division, and Glenn Dula and team can provide some better guidance on what would be most effective. See, you have all answers can be, all questions can be answered to the Department of Agriculture. Well, I shouldn't be so broad.
Right. Yeah.
Natural resource related.
Oh, here's a
I get
question.
trouble that way, don't I?
I don't know who can answer this one, but Chamarita Regis writes in from Sin City. I got seeds from China, but way before the pandemic came out. Do we still have to turn this into Department of Agriculture? And whatever happened to the mysterious China seeds?
Anyone else I don't have an update on that,
Sure.
but we can definitely defer and find out for you, and then we can share that information.
Yeah,
So-
usually, no, I can chime in on that.
thanks,
'Cause I'm in that's okay. Because, yeah, I am in the biosecurity division. But
Right.
yes, all the seeds should end up getting filtered through our facility. Seeds, plants, pretty much anything. And we inspect from pretty much the plant from head to toe, from leaf to stem. So, yeah, all of that should get filtered through our facility. BioAg, our facility at the Tizen, USDA facility. So,
Chris, what they're talking about, I believe, is remember it was before the pandemic. It might have even been during the pandemic. I want to say right at the beginning, people were getting in the mail these little like black seeds, right? And then you guys were like, whatever you do, don't plant it. And then you were advising people
Yes.
to turn them in. So is that still a thing? And did we ever try and grow these
well,
seeds?
I haven't seen any occurrence of those seeds after that. So, but I think we've had a few packets that were turned in to us. But Glenn does know a little bit about that.
Glenn?
So, yeah, because I came in. So yeah, I just came in last year. So that was well before during the pandemic. So, yeah, Glenn does know more about those packets. They were, at least from what I know, we have not had any occurrences of those seeds coming into our facility. And, yeah.
Right on. Let's go over to Frank real quick. Frank, I know that you have an update. Chelsea told me about the fishermen relief assistance from the CARES Act. I know there's just been a lot of issues with getting the application, with running by the AG. But I heard that we're processing payments?
Yes, so the first batch of people that turned in their applications before the November 30th deadline, they've been getting paid out already. We're already almost done with reconciling those applications already. So we're getting started on the second batch, which is everybody else that turned in their applications after the November 30th deadline. So maybe give us about a couple weeks to process those, and then we'll submit them to the commission, and then they'll process those so that people can get paid out. We did get approved for an extension for people to turn in applications. So this is like our very last extension that we can get that's approved by NOAA for people to turn in their applications. And that's May 31st. We will be conducting outreach events at the I'm blanking right now, at Boat Basin and Agate Marina. We'll have our staff there tentatively on the 8th and the 15th to reach out for those fishers who want to fill out a form physically and may need assistance. So we'll be doing that, and also be conducting outreach for them to tell people, have those who registered come and turn in their applications. And then we'll also be meeting with the Mayor's Council on the 5th so that we can figure out some pathways to reach those fishers that registered but aren't turning in their applications as well.
Frank,
And the last, yeah, go ahead.
Have you been getting a lot of calls from people who maybe applied in the last year and are kind of like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, all the time. But so we're also the announcement has been made by NOAA that there'll be a second round of Fisher's CARES Act relief funds. So we will be notified when people can start registering for that one. Let's say you missed the first round, or some commercial fishers weren't able to claim what they claimed the first time. You can claim it the second time, and it's going to be the exact same process again.
Frank?
So we'll be announcing when that registration will begin again.
So when you talk about processing payments, I mean, first of all, you said that they're getting processed, but then they need to go back to the commission to be what, like kind of vetted one last time, and then who's going to cut the checks? Is that going to be DOA?
Yeah. So no, it's the federal commission. So it's the Pacific State Marine Fisheries Commissions that cuts the checks. So we just receive the applications and we review them, make sure they're correct. But there's a lot of back and forth between us and the commission because there's always some adjustments that they need to make when for the application to be complete.
Right. So that being said, what do you think is the timeline, just to really nail it down, when the first checks will be sent out to people who've applied and been approved?
For the first round, our deadline is May 31st. So hopefully within a month of that deadline, we'll have all those applications reviewed and submitted to the commission. And then from there on, usually takes maybe about 2 weeks or so for them to cut checks.
When you're looking at these apps and payments being processed, give us an idea. Like, what are some of the awards, some of the dollar amounts being awarded?
So the commercial fishermen, they're compensated for 35% of their loss. And for the sustenance fishers, I can give an estimate of how much they get. For this round, they are getting about $1,000. But for the next round, it really depends on how many people register and how much is being distributed to each fisherman to see how much they'll be getting next time.
Oh, there you go. Well, Frank, anything else with that you need to share with our audience?
Well, just come to the event and we'll help you out with your applications. And we just need everybody who registered to come out and turn in your applications. And even if you don't want to turn in an application, just call us and let us know. We won't ask any questions as to why you don't want to turn in one.
Okay. All right. Ursula, Chris, Leon Guerrero, good morning.
Bananas, Jesus, everyone.
What kind of update you got for us on your side?
So we're gonna just a kind reminder. We have that micro grants for food security program. That deadline's coming up this Friday, April 30, 5 p.m. tomorrow Standard Time. The goal of that grant was to increase the quantity and quality of locally grown food in food insecure communities that import a significant quantity of food. So that deadline's coming up. And we have a really exciting partnership to talk about. So PBS University Higher Learning Services, in partnership with them and Guahan Sustainable Culture and your Guam Department of Agriculture, will be promoting and supporting distance learning for middle school to high school level students across the island and CNMI. And we will producing, helping to produce a 8 to 10 episode series focused on agriculture. And so we have everything from the history of agriculture and farming in Guam, traditional uses of omelet, indigenous crops, best farming practices, we're going to highlight microgreens, hydroponics, fungiculture, apiaries, livestock, entrepreneurial opportunities. We really want to inspire future farmers. And I'm sure I think you'll enjoy the content and see a lot of familiar faces in our community who feed us and heal us. And so we're really excited to get on that venture. And I think we have Chris, who's like, I call him the golden green thumb, right? So he's going to talk about some amazing things happening in the nursery.
Right. So as we know, March was Law Month, and we were really excited here at the Department of Ag to support the District Court of Guam in their effort to promote sustainability and to get the kids interested in planting. And so they held a contest a tomato growing contest for a lot of the students here across the island, and we were able to supply them with over 400 plum tomato seedlings, and so that was really exciting. And I know that pretty soon the winners of that contest will be announced. I think May 6th, I believe. And so they have several categories: the healthiest plant, the best overall, and then the contender, the harvest champ, and they actually do have prizes for the students. And so I really feel that that was a worthwhile event, and we hope to form partnerships with other agencies and other organizations to get the word out, and to promote sustainability, to promote self-sufficiency, and to get these young people a chance and an opportunity to experience how to nurture a plant, and just be aware of their health and their well-being by eating the right foods and eating things that are very healthy and nutrient dense, and that will help them in their mind and their body.
Chris,
And also,
I just want to cut in here because we were part of this challenge with Judge Francis Tydenko Gatewood, and I'm not really used to growing tomatoes, but are we gonna pop up my? And I really didn't do much at all with this, but I did. Okay, so the judge came on last week, and she actually had 2 ripe tomatoes, but I think she got those at her farm at Payless. Because I was like, I don't know how she had ripe tomatoes, because me and Bree were just like, there's mine. Sabrina's was crazy. She's got like a bunch of tomato fruits on there. But I feel like we're set up. I feel like it was a setup.
Well, if you guys want to see the progress, check out the hashtag Guam Future Farmers 2021,
Right.
and see, it's so cute. It's super cute. The Nens they're really excited about posting it and tracking their progress. And and this is the way to do it. We just got to keep inspiring our Nens to for food security, food sovereignty.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's inspiring. Start your Monday with that. Go check out that hashtag.
Hey, I wanted to go back to the micro grants, because I know we had, I want to say, I think it was Jathan on here about what these grants are for, and it kind of seemed like a lot of people would be eligible for it.
Absolutely. It's the eligible applicants are individuals, religious organizations, food banks, and food pantries. And everything from the across the gamut, like purchasing hydroponic equipment or supplies, rather, composting supplies, anything to boost the growth of food production, and how you feed your community and in your surrounding areas. So that it's a really exciting time. This is the first grant that USDA AMS Ag Marketing Services. This is the first of its kind, and we're really honored to share that with our community here. Deadlines coming up. Let us know if you have any questions. doag.guam.gov. Check out our website. We have the permits that we were talking about at the plant inspection facility, PIF, biosecurity. We have all those forms. We have the CARES Fisher application forms. So check us out, doag.guam.gov under resources, and we have all the relevant forms and updated phone numbers.
Chris, again, the nursery, people can just stroll through and pick up whatever sprouts that you guys got, right? So what is available for pickup?
Right, absolutely. Anybody can stop by. We're open to the general public, and we have some of the cheapest prices on island. And we deal specifically with edibles, so you can get your cherry tomatoes here.
Not that kind of edibles, guys. I know it's Department of Agriculture, but I just want to clarify.
We did have some of those people stop by already, so.
Hey, I heard you had edibles. Where's it, bro?
Right.
Go on, Chris.
So Monday through Friday, from 8 to 12, we take a lunch break, and then from 1 to 4:30. So yeah, come on by, and we'll be happy to support your endeavors there in the garden.
They give really amazing advice to the engagement, the conversations that happen in that nursery. I'm so umbiliquera, right? I'm like, oh wow, But I think what's really beautiful is um, the farmers that come, that come in and they share their heirloom seeds, right?
Right.
And they talk about, hey, and has to antes, the cherry tomatoes,
Right.
tagwinium and Kenya, right? And you're like, wow. And then they're like, so encouraged and
Right.
they share their seeds with us.
Right.
For example, for that, I like to call it our heirloom cherry tomatoes, but
Right.
the engagement that happens
Right.
just from the love of growing our foods and nurturing our lands, they come in and that knowledge, that transmission of knowledge is really rewarding.
Right.
Right
And so,
on.
yeah, we're really impressed with the community's input. And a lot of these people, they've been growing these heirloom vegetables that are specific to Guam and our culture. And they just want to share the seeds. They have something good in the backyard and they stop by and they offer up these seeds. And, I think that's really encouraging. And, it just shows that, the spirit in Afat Malik is, alive and well.
Right on.
And, if you do stop by the nursery, we have like the standards like calamansi, we have lemoncina, we have pink flesh dragon fruits, we have mandarins, right? We have okra, kangkung, Suriname cherries, mulberries, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, and our inventory changes all the time according to the seasons when the seeds are available. We try and offer up a lot of the local fruit trees that are not available. On online sites and stuff, things that are not so typical, like bilimbines, you won't really find that at some of the nurseries. So we do offer that, pandan, stuff like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and stop by.
We're really excited to start. We're gonna start. We're planting loosely leaves, but we'll be starting to offer some traditional medicinal plants as a response to the community's request and inquiries. And we're excited, and we'll be sure to update everyone about that, and hopefully get our social media, agricultural development services, up and running, so we can keep you guys updated on the fun things happening here.
Right on. Chris Rosario, I know that you are biosecurity. We did have someone from UOG on about the hornet.
About the hornet issues.
Right.
Yeah, the great abandoned hornet.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, since so last year we've actually had several reports, and our biosecurity team has came out and eradicated several colonies. Actually, I reported about eight last year that was reported. A total right now that reported since its arrival in 2016 was about 30. So I think really people can be, our community is really becoming more and more vigilant in reporting these nests. And again, I'd highly encourage anyone who finds, several hornets flying around their backyard, call our biosecurity division, 475-1426. Really, we'll come out there, make an assessment, and eradicate these nests for you, because it's still a big issue. I mean, I estimate for every hornet nest we kill, I think we save about 3 to 4 bee colonies.
Wow.
So
Chris, the stupid question, but do these hornets sting?
Yeah, and actually, in fact, they sting multiple times. A single individual can sting you 2 or 3 times, and it's a powerful sting because they're big. They're no joke.
Very nice. So what do you do when it stings you? Do you pee on it?
No. So obviously, before vinegar was invented or baking soda, yeah, you would pee on it. But there's other remedies. I mean, even at the stores, some of them have the it's like the sting venom, or essentially, it doesn't get rid of the actual the sting. It just essentially soothes the sting. So you still have the venom in you when you get stung anyway. So
Chris, let me ask you, so that for those people who are allergic to bees and they need the EpiPen or whatever, is it the same thing with the greater banded hornet if they're to get stung by one of those?
Same thing. You just need to get an EpiPen. Yeah, it's really to really prevent your body from overreacting. Again, it's epinephrine, so it just prevents the overreaction of your body of the actual sting itself.
Right.
So
Yeah.
bee or hornet, it's still a sting. Yeah.
Well, thank God we have an EpiPen now, because man, if I had $1 for every time my grandpa peed on me as a kid, whew. Funny story. You
Yeah.
guys had to be there. Christine, let's close it out with Christine. Thank you guys so much. Go ahead, Christine.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up for agriculture. We had a great event at Cotal Conservation Reserve. And because of that earthy event that brought all of our agency divisions together, it was awesome seeing the whole family out there. And because of that, we are going to launch part 2 of Earth Day DOAG. And it's going to celebrate probably closer to the water. We were out in the savannas. It was hot. It was beautiful. A lot to see, but we're going to take it to the water next time, most likely. So stay tuned, Guam. Your Department of Agriculture's got great things planned for you.
All right.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Right there.
And we did have a comment here from our buddy Jessica over the OG Triton Farm. Our Department of Ag need not be our lowest government-funded agency. They need our full support, being that they're taking a proactive approach in promoting our island sustainability. Amen. On that note, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye, guys.
There you go.
Adios.
That's right on. Department of Ag. Yeah, I really love getting these guys on. There's just so many things that you guys might not even know that you can go and get, like Otis and calamansi and all the things that they were talking about at their nursery. You can get micro grants. I mean, if you were